Alrighty guys, just thought I'd give you guys my opinion on the Armbreak that happened last night on Channel 9's Footyshow. Obviously, first of all, big condolences to Ben Ross. It's a nasty break, the spiral fracture of the humerus. No one wants to go through that. Obviously, feel sorry for him and his family. Also to Wendall Sailor for being on the other side of the table. It's obviously never nice to be the person that was actually holding on to someone when they broke their arm. And then finally Channel 9, obviously you guys didn't anticipate an event like that to happen. And it was probably for that reason that we've made this video, just to give an arm wrestler's perspective on what we think about the Armbreak and how to prevent it in the future. So I think the first thing that everyone needs to realise who isn't an arm wrestler out there, so everyone who's seen the social media wildfire of this video that's gone out there, is that arm wrestling, like any other sport, is in fact a professional sport. Okay, so it's not just something that we all do, and the problem is that when we do decide to just get on the table and have a go against the mates, that's when we're most at risk. Like any other sport, whether it be boxing or any other combat sport, which arm wrestling is, you need to know the techniques before you can actually be safe. Okay, so remaining safe is something that needs to be learned. It's not something that we do instinctively. As a competitive arm wrestler myself, when I get on the table with someone who's new, it's so clear that most people put themselves in a dangerous position. So demonstrating the dangerous position that particularly Ben Ross did last night. Okay, Jordan here's just going to be Wendall. Okay, Wendall was the stronger man in this circumstance. He had more side pressure, so Jordan loaded it up with a bit of side pressure. I think Wendall was a bit on his bicep as well, so Wendall was kind of lifting up and sideways. Initially Ben Ross had a higher hand position. Okay, he was posting a bit, he was leaning back a bit, and what happened was Wendall started to take him sideways, and Ben sensed that he was going to lose the match. So at that time Ben decided to transfer his weight forward, pushing his chest and shoulder in this direction here, and leaving his hand behind. As this happens, this puts directly a large amount of torque on the humerus. And it doesn't take a lot of torque for a break to occur. Okay. Arm wrestling, in its raw sense, is all about pulling. It's not about pushing. So always pulling towards you is going to keep you off that torque on the humerus. As soon as you start doing any sort of pushing with the chest and shoulder, because there's that risk that you leave your arm behind. Right now I can feel torque in my humerus. If I was to do this hard, if I was to keep this position and Jordan was to actually be arm wrestling with full force right now, I'd probably break my arm too. Okay, and I'm someone who's reasonably conditioned to arm wrestling. I do it 7 days a week and have done for a few years. So arm wrestling can be dangerous, and is dangerous for those who don't understand how to be safe. Now I can't stress enough that arm wrestling is a brilliant sport. It's the most enjoyable sport I've ever been involved in, and Australia in particular has a wide amount of clubs that really are fantastic places to learn how to arm wrestle safely. If you go to one of these clubs, look up the Australian Arm Wrestling Federation website to find out where your nearest club is. You'll find opportunities to learn how to do it safely from the first place, and you'll absolutely love the sport. But unfortunately for arm wrestling, the reputation that we have as a sport gets dragged down by people who aren't arm wrestlers. Okay, so naturally you're not going to put two non-arm wrestlers into a professional arm wrestling bout like we saw and expect to have no risk. Okay, same as you would if you weren't a boxer, you wouldn't be jumping into the ring and just having a full-on match without some sort of coaching. So it's unfortunate that that incident occurred on Channel 9 last night. I do think it would have been easily prevented had the guys have had some proper coaching and proper understanding of how to remain safe. Wendall, you didn't do anything wrong. You were just naturally holding there as a stronger man going to pin. And to be honest, Ben Ross, you didn't do anything wrong either. You didn't know what you were doing. That was the point. And that's the thing. Instinctively, the majority of people, when they get into a match, as soon as they sense that they're losing, they start leaning with their body forward like this, and they leave their arm behind. Okay? Arm wrestling is all about staying with it. If I'm going to lose, the way to lose safely, come here Jordan, here we go. I kept my arm in line with my shoulder the whole time, never allowing any torque on the bone. So it takes time to get a feel for that and how to arm wrestle safely, but I think that covers pretty much what I wanted to say. Is just that it's an unfortunate event that happened. It'd be great if we could prevent it in the future, and the best way to prevent it is to get yourself along to an Australian Arm Wrestling Federation club. They're in all states of Australia, and learn how to arm wrestle, because it is a brilliant sport, and we hope to see it in the Olympics sometime soon. And we really hope that, obviously, that Ben Ross recovers as soon as he can. Right.
Just another thing, guys, when you're obviously pinning as well, you always want to be staying tight. Leaving your arm behind is the reason where you do have more risk when pinning, even more so. When you drop down, your arm's in an open position, you're leaving it all behind and open. Always stay tight, stay connected with your body, and always lose safely.
Alrighty guys, cheers.